Hey everybody, this is Brian. I am in my studio and doing some behind the scenes on the concept work and promo work that we're doing for Drekar Tactics. So here is a chieftain, and this is a resin cast piece. Okay, so I'm doing resin casting of the pieces that were made in wood originally by Ryan, and I'll show you that in a minute. And so here is sort of like hockey puck, like silicone molds. Originally, the molds that I was doing were from the resin Easy Flow 60 by Brick in the Yard Mold Supply. So this is a fast casting mold that takes about a half hour to set up, and it's low tack, so it's not really sticky trying to take it out of the mold, and I'm saying that in contrast to the stuff that I'm using now, just as experimenting. Easy Cast, brick in the mold you have to order online. Easy Cast you can get at like any craft store and whatnot. It's a tackier resin, and it takes 24 hours to set up. So the upside is that I can just buy this at the store. The downside is that I gotta wait 24 hours before I can do a new cast, and it's tacky even after drying, so it wears down on the silicone molds more. So, and you only get so many castings out of a silicone mold, so it's not forever. They do wear down. It's just a matter of time. Here's a berserker piece, and this is done by the Easy Cast. So it doesn't really matter as far as the transparency goes, because these are still raw pieces. They're going to need to get sanded and painted, which is going to be another video. But in this case, I thought I just would show you how I cast some of these. But what I'm doing now is I'm taking side A, which is the hardener side of the resin, and I'm very slowly, very carefully pouring it up to the line that I've marked for myself. That gives me the perfect amount of resin for this many molds. So with Easy Cast you have to warm it up. They recommend that the bottles should be warmed, and so, but not like hot to the touch. So what I did was just run the bottles under hot water until they warm up, and then obviously they cool quickly. So even if you get it a little too hot, a little too warm, doesn't matter, because take your time setting up and it'll be fine by the time it gets to pouring. I also take the time to wipe the bottle down, because otherwise it's a big mess everywhere. So stirring stick, and sometimes with resins, well, you always get a side A and a side B, the resin and the hardener, and sometimes the hardener flows better than the resin. If that's the case, if they're not both of the same viscosity, then take the one that flows the most, the easiest, and dump that one into. So now with Easy Cast, they recommend that you stir for at least a solid minute. And if you pay attention while you're stirring, if you've done it right, the liquid or the resin in the hardener starts to flow easier. Now you got to do this with the Easy Flow 60, only you have like a 30-second stir time. Maybe I wouldn't push it to a minute, because you only have like you only have a couple minutes to really pour it before it starts to set up. So with this stuff, Easy Cast, you know, I have hours. I could set this down, walk away. I probably shouldn't, but I could. You know, so the seconds aren't as critical with this. So that's another perk. I'm gonna start with this one because this is the Shield Maiden. We need the most of Shield Maidens. So I'll start to pour kind of slow, and as I pour, I'm sort of like shaking up the mold. You want to tap it more than I'm tapping it now. Here you go. Now I'll tap it and gently squeeze the mold, and what that can do is that can get try to tip it just a little bit, any sort of bubbles free, you know, and I tried to get as perfect level, even surface as I could. Okay, so here I got a bag of one full side, and this bag has got another full side, so just keeping it sorted as far as just to get a good sense, because I'll be painting these, so you know, this is going to be the white or the black side. Here's the original wood pieces done by Ryan. Here is a mold. This is the Chieftain mold, and it has resin in it, a cast in it. The good thing you want to do if you want to make your silicone molds last is to leave a mold in it. That way the silicone keeps its form. Otherwise the silicone will degrade and collapse in on itself. See, there's the bubbles working themselves out on there, and here is, so you still get tiny bubbles, but they don't really show through. So these are all, so I now have one full side additional, and I'm 8 days away from getting another full side there, and that'll mean I have 2 full sets. And then comes another video. So cool, some behind the scenes action in my studio. Talking to you guys later.